So today we're going to be going through the 0.5 patch on World War III that was just released on the live servers a few days ago, and along with that their weekly report that was just released that has some information on a new strike called the Attack Helicopter Drone. Let's first dive into the update. Unfortunately, the worst part about this update is that it brought back the infamous infinite loading bug to where you're trying to hop into a game and the screen just gets stuck on the transitional loading screen. You can't get into the game at all and you can't leave the game, so you're just forced to quit. However, this time there's a simple workaround where you just need to change your equipment in the customization tab, and this should fix the issue for the time being. While obviously not ideal, these things happen. It's in development. They're aware and they're working on it. It's easy to gripe and complain and bash the game, so if that makes you feel better, you go ahead and do that. And then after you're done, take a deep breath. Remember that you probably get 3 meals a day, plus snacks and unlimited water from your sink. So just breathe, relax, and just enjoy life a little bit more. After you're done whining though, feel free to get back on the game and do the simple fix because this update so far is pretty legit. Lots of good things added here, bug fixes, crash fixes, and even some small, very nice additions to the game, as well as some things that I've noticed that aren't in the patch notes. One of the nicest features I think this update brings is the warm-up prior to the beginning of the match. You're no longer stuck just watching a map screen and waiting for players to arrive. You can get into the map and get a feel for movements, shots, and shoot your friends in the head with an RPG. Good times. As a creator too, this is helpful. This has helped me get footage I need for this video, as well as allow me to test some things outside of just jumping into a full map and worrying about getting shot at. They do still have a minimum player requirement to start the match though, so you can't just hop into Warzone and boost your cash flow for upgrades. But it does let you explore the map a little bit, which may be nice for the upcoming new maps. Another small but I think helpful change is the addition of a new map overlay. I remember initially when you brought up the map, your FPS would take a big old nosedive and the map would just be a black overlay screen where you couldn't see anything else. Now, the map is a nice see-through overlay that has been optimized to where your FPS doesn't drop at all. Along with that, they've also tweaked the mini-map at the top left corner of the screen, which it appears to be zoomed in a little bit more and darkened just a bit, so a little bit easier to read than before. It's not a huge change, but it's these little tweaks that really make the game feel more refined. Let's move on to the addition of the VoIP. They're moving closer and closer to a VoIP system being implemented directly into the game, which is helpful for a squad-based game such as this, obviously. Right now though, it has to be set up through Steam and it only works with your friends, so it's not the greatest, but it's a step in the right direction. This is just a guess, but I think the VoIP system will be fully implemented by the time Recon mode comes out, hopefully by the end of April. A small squad-based game mode like this really needs a VoIP system, especially if you're a loner when you play and are going to get placed with randoms like me. There's also new lighting in the maps Warsaw and Moscow, which looks like this. I think these new visual changes bring a fresh feel to the levels. A lot of World War III I just feel is gray, and more gray, which I know has been designed specifically this way on purpose, but I think the pop and color and lighting really just adds to the quality of the game overall. Colors are good and stimulate the brain. It adds more immersion. That wasn't the only change to the maps. They actually added some objects to different maps to kind of spice them up a little bit. For example, they placed these boxes here to take away this lane a bit, and I could be mistaken, but I don't think these steps were here before either. I'm sure there are other places that they've added some objects that I just haven't been perceptive enough to notice, so feel free to comment down below what I missed. Anyway, nothing huge, but also some nice additions to the maps that kind of change up gameplay a little bit. Finally, with the big stuff. The TTK has been changed, and honestly, from my experience, I think this is actually the sweet spot for the TTK. Enough time to cover from fire, but also a quicker feel than an arcade-style game. This update actually lowered the base damage, but limb damage has been increased, just to make things a little bit more realistic. The last part of the patch notes essentially just goes through optimization and bug fixes, so if you want to find your specific bug that you're wondering about, I'll link the patch notes down below. Now onto what the patch doesn't say. The SIG is good again. Previously they have nerfed the SIG by adjusting the reload time to 4.3 seconds, and this took forever. So I stopped using it because it was just taking way too long. So when I was in the middle of a firefight, I wasn't able to reload quick enough to get the next opponent. Now the stats may still say 4.3 seconds to reload, but check this out. Isn't she beautiful? I really like this SIG. It's honestly my favorite SMG, but without the quick reload, I was dumpster garbage with it, so I'm a huge fan of this here. It appears that shotguns have actually been buffed a bit as well, but I really don't use these at the moment. Maybe add a scope and a slug to the shotgun, and it may get some attention from me. Now, I haven't had a whole lot of time to play this update yet. It's still early and I almost never played it on the PTE, so I can't give a whole lot of opinion on this, but this update feels good from what I have played. I know I say that in every update video. I don't know, maybe I'm just a glass half full kind of guy and I'm biased because I've been a part of the community for a while. Either way, the game is progressing in a good way. Now, as far as the weekly update goes, it honestly isn't that much. The update talks about the upcoming Heli-Drone with multiple attachments. They go into a little background, yada yada, some history, technology attachments, yada yada. Really, this sounds overpowered a bit, and from what I've seen, it is. A flying drone that can rain down fire and brimstone with nowhere to hide. However, they're quick to point out that its weakness is its durability, and it can be taken down just with gunfire, so hope you're a good shot. Here's where it will be located in the PTE for now. As you can see, it also has a cloaking mechanism that makes it invisible to anybody who wants to see it or use it. High tech! Along with being an attack drone though, it can also be used as a support drone, dropping ammo and health packs as well. You'll get to see it here soon, so no worries. Anyway, the devs also added a video of this Heli-Drone in action, so that will come up right after this. Something unique actually about the video that I'm about to show, it looks like it was filmed by the devs on Polyarny, so you get a very, very brief look at that. Not much, but it's content, it's communication, and it's new features that are coming. And I'm okay with that. My plan is to keep up with these weekly updates, even if it's just a short little video to explain what's in it, because reading can be hard. Okay, here's the video. Overall, again, I think that this update is just a good quality of life update. Just really adds some refinement to the game, and from what I've played, I've really enjoyed it. I think that things are really headed in a good direction. I say that every single time, but this one, I really just think, I don't know, added a really good feeling to the game. But that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to stop by and listen and see what's going on in World War III. Feel free to like and subscribe down below. Like I said, I plan on covering weekly updates, so there will be a video every week, probably about World War III. Gonna try to get into some Sandstorm a little bit, just as time allows, and just some upcoming content, thoughts, ideas about the gaming industry, and got a big one planned for that. So again, like, subscribe down below. Feel free to follow me on Twitch. I stream Thursday and Saturday mornings very early, so if you're an early bird, feel free to stop by. Overall, that's about it. So take care, guys.